What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be my match day review for the Wolves versus Espanyol game. Let's just get into it.
It's agony, ecstasy. We're all one big family. We've got each other's back. We're the Wolfpack. We're the Wolfpack.
So where do I start? I wanted to, well, before the game yesterday, I went on a radio station, WCR FM, and spoke to a guy called James, and I explained obviously the fact that because he wanted my thoughts, I said that it was going to be a really tough game. In fairness, last night, even though we did smash them off the park, which I said as well, that could happen possibly. They did have a goal in them, and my prediction was 2-1 before the game. The bookies down the road for me were going 3-1, and when the third goal went in, I was like, well, maybe this could happen because Espanyol have got a goal in them. But I didn't expect it to be 4-0, in all fairness. What a game that was. I will talk about a certain goal in a second, which I think everyone wants to talk about. But obviously, first half played really well. First half, we had like most of the possession. I think we had like at one point we had that 80% possession, I think. But the thing is, you could just tell that we were smashing them off the. When it comes to possession, we were just passing them off the park. There was nothing they could do. So yeah, and then obviously we had the corner. Now I was watching it downstairs in my living room because currently I can't go out to games because of I've just had a bit of an operation on my stomach, so I had to be quite patient with going to games and stuff. And my partner was just reading the book, and I turned around to her and went, "Watch this corner. This is a bit of a weird corner because Traore normally doesn't like pass the ball, like doesn't normally do corners." So he passed the ball to Matinho. Matinho crossed it in, and Jota, luckily, were giving the goal, even though it was going to go wide, in my opinion, if he didn't hit off the defender. And then, yeah, then obviously they went up the top. I don't know who passed the ball to Patricio, but he did not deal with that ball whatsoever. Like, I don't know how. To be honest, he's a goalkeeper. Luckily, because he did get the ball eventually. But yeah, then second half, what can I say? This happens.
Dans les 5 premières minutes de cette seconde période, Wolverhampton est toujours en souffrance. Adama Traoré, le centre pour la réaction, sorti par la tête de Victor Gomez. Ruben Neves, c'est ça spécial.
So what are you saying about that goal then? Jeez, like, wow. Like, it's the way that he takes it down on his chest and then just first time volleys it and it beats the keeper. And I was just like, where the friggin' hell did that come from? I was stunned watching it. I was just like, wow. I couldn't believe it. Like, it was just out of the blue. Like, obviously, Neves is when it comes to shots outside the box, he has his moments, doesn't he? When they come off for him, they are absolutely beautiful. I think he's the only player, really, apart from Matinho, that's more comfortable to be shooting outside the box than he is inside the box. And most of his goals, like I think it was either 15 or 16 goals. I can't remember the exact stat of his goals. Right, he scored 16 or 15 goals. Right. 3 of them have been inside the box. The rest of them have been outside the box. And the reason the 3 were in the box in the first place was because they were penalties. So that's a mad stat. Most of his goals for Wolves have been outside the box. Like, I remember the one that one last night reminded me of the one like against Derby. The way he took it down, like controlled it and then hit it. Like, I know you're going to beat the Derby goal, but what can I say? Anyway. Off the topic of Neves' goal, we then have we're gonna say Jota with his third goal. Now, I don't really know how that went in enough. I think he took a deflection off the defender, but it's brilliant play up to the point where Jota takes his shot. Now, as a keeper, me personally, that'd frustrate me being beat on my near post, especially the top right, the top left-hand corner. But if it's took a major deflection, I think it has. That's probably what took it away from the goalkeeper. Now, I ain't gonna take it away from Jota because that was a good finish. Like, honestly, it was such a brilliant finish. And then, obviously, he was on for a hat-trick. And you know Jota, strangely enough, he hasn't scored, well, he scored a hat-trick against Besiktas in the Europa League. And then that was the last goal he scored in the last 8 games for Wolves. And then he goes in the Europa League again and bangs out a hat-trick again. And his 4th goal, like, he took it so nicely. The fact that he just slots it at the bottom left-hand corner, it's just, oh, I mean, the whole team today, yesterday, played really, really, really well. Like, to be honest, Bolly is the only person that I was like, okay, first off, he didn't seem he seemed really uncomfortable at first, like the first 15 minutes. I noticed that just observing him. Like, he didn't seem as comfortable on. I don't think he's comfortable on the right as a right centre back than he is as a left centre back. But he did well in like the rest of the game. But Dance come on, and there's obviously a height difference compared to Bolly. He was stood right by Bolly, and it was like Santa and his elves. Like, do you know what I mean? He's tiny. He's tiny. But then the subs that did come on, Dendoncker, Ampedance obviously, and Neto. Dendoncker came on and made an instant impact. Neto came on, I think it was 20 minutes near the end for Jimenez, and Jimenez, it's the first time Jimenez has come off like 20 minutes early in a game in a very, very long time. So it was a bit bad for Jimenez because he came off and obviously he could tell he was frustrated because he wanted to be on the score sheet. He's a good centre forward, and he wants to be banging in goals, doesn't he? And it just wasn't his night yesterday. I didn't really see much of Jimenez apart from obviously the first goal, when he nodded it back, luckily, to Jota's path, and yeah, obviously that's the first goal. He just didn't really have much luck, Jimenez. So hopefully we can go into Sunday's game and play well. Well, he can probably score a goal just to boost his confidence up a little bit. Then Neto, obviously, he came on and he did this shot where it was just mad. Like, that could have gone in. It just took a little bit of a curve near the end, and it hit the post, and like the top corner post. And yeah, it was just I just can't believe it though. Like 4-0, and then we've got to go back to our Espanyol with a 4-0 aggregate, right? And they haven't got an away goal as well. So if they imagine they do score 4 goals and we score 1, do you mean we've got, even though if it's 5-5 and we scored the 1 away goal, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we've still got an advantage if we do score a goal at Espanyol's home ground. But I ain't gonna take any. I've got to respect, because obviously Espanyol they played well. They obviously they're at bottom of the table of the La Liga Santander, but they had spirit, they had character last night. Obviously, at one point when they were like 3-0 down, you can tell the morale wasn't there at all last night. But they had the spirit and stuff. Their standout player for me was that Wu Li, whatever his name is, Wu Lu, the Chinese guy, because he was the top goal scorer in the Chinese Super League at one point, with 104, 105 goals over the 6 seasons he played for in the Chinese Super League. So he did stand out for Espanyol, but obviously I've left the most the controversial point at the last point, which is, should that player been sent off, yes or no? Now I'm going to leave a poll up on the on this video to see if you think that that player should be sent off. In my opinion, yeah, he should have been sent off. Like, VAR strikes again. Even I bigged up VAR for this game because obviously it's completely different officials, completely, and they just didn't show up. And and then the ref gave Matinho a yellow card for appealing for the yellow card against the other geezer. Like, come on, fair enough. Jota kicked out. He shouldn't have kicked out. But the thing that stood out for me was Jota stood there and the guy full on leaned his head, like proper headbutted him. Jota just stood there. If he was to go down, Jota had to go down, right? He's not the type of player to do that. If he did go down, then the ref might have gave a red card. But I'm kind of glad they didn't give a red card, in my opinion, because then at least Espanyol didn't have, like, they didn't go ultra defensive. Do you know what I mean? They kind of kept the game open. But in my opinion, yes, it was definitely a red card. I was complaining to numbers of people. I was just saying to people, "Do you reckon that's a red card?" And they were like, "Yeah, it's a red card." I was on Twitter, and there's loads of tweets saying, "How was that not like a red card?" From people, there's one from a Villa fan, and even he goes, "That should have been a red card." VAR's gone, and VAR's gone completely. Why? Like, even in the Europa League, why? It's like corrupt, man. I don't get it. I ain't going back into. I ain't going too much into VAR because what can you say? It's you get a load of. You get what I mean. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below. Comment your thoughts on the game, and obviously the poll's going to be up there, but I want you to comment your thoughts on the red card, if it was a red card. If it wasn't a red card, type it down. Obviously then you can listen to my radio interview with James on Spotify. I'll leave the link down below. So yeah, that's it's only a quick like minute and a half, but you get what I mean. But yeah, 4-0. And then go into the second leg with a 4-0 aggregate, so hopefully you can win. Anyway, cheers, please.